sure.
I watched the last round and I felt like I got the idea. Okay, Liquid on defense, Vitality on attack. Big game.
Oh, there's already a bit of an engagement brewing, and it's Camo that falls right away.
Like
but so much
3 passes stacked behind it, though. It's a good trap play. Could this be better? Probably.
Team Liquid find one, but Durka
they actually fell into the trap.
Last man standing miles away. That's a
they actually fell into the trap and they got wrecked.
Even an orb too.
Yeah, this is you know, one of those where you look at it and like, yeah, this is probably the worst start you could have. For Liquid, this is probably the worst start they could have. You got a Phoenix that might have ult for the second round.
They've spotted him too. They know where Nats is. They've tagged him.
Dude, I could
and
stand
now
up.
Durka's the one sent out to find him. We could have a round
I was so comfy, chat, sorry.
online from barrier up. And whether he gets the kill or not, it would be. Yeah, all he has to do is find Nats.
The one thing I will say is I almost don't want him to get it, because the likelihood of using the ult in the next round is almost 0. Maybe give the orb over to someone else, but hey, I don't think that's
a good safety net.
Yeah, it's a nice little thing to have in your back pocket, and for Vitality, that is one hell of a start. And I think this is a man, and there's many.
What happened? I mean, this you got to give it to Durka, man. That flashback is incredible.
The stage
if they're doing a saturate like this, should the Waylay be dashing over? Maybe.
He has truly been unbeatable.
Durka just did incredible. Such a good reaction from him.
Second on the board for Vitality, and you know, for both of these leaders, you look at Yumpy and Nats, they both know what it's like, what it means to reach that international stage. Although I suppose for Yumpy, it's been so long now, he might be starting to forget.
I will also just say this, this should be probably the most one-sided map. This is just one map that Liquid have
recency bias. It's hard to
always struggled with.
An international without them there, but with the performance at kickoff, they do have a lot of ground to make up if we think they're going to really do that damage to the international teams.
Well, yeah, and they still find themselves.
There's a Phoenix nothing coming.
Even if they win this one, the final awaits the lower final.
Durka's just that good.
Facing off against the defeated today, the Fnatic. Which, if that happened, you'd have both teams in a grudge match, whoever makes it through.
Okay, so Liquid on this one, this is a B split theory.
I don't want that to happen.
You know, everyone's got that trap play of the contact, flash deep, saturate, close TP. They kind of needed that on their original trap play, right? Someone to actually get through the choke, be at a different point to dodge the Utah.
To save those over to the next round, and you can see for Prophet, he's just looking for the stack, and he has found it.
Yeah. There's the stack.
By dying.
Dude, these kind of struts, if you buy a hero Bucky, that would be my vibe these days. Or even a Shoei. Push him fast into a Shoei.
Clearing out that position. Passive plant on site, not taking the control till everyone's ready to swing. Now they look to main. That's all cleared out, and there's a trip cover in their back. They have to tick the boxes towards this corner. The only spot that they've decided not to clear, that they've assumed is empty, is exactly where Purpo stands. He's good for one.
Dude, I can't even blame him for not having trigger discipline now.
Team Liquid, but the weapons, they stand no chance in heads-up duels. The time not on their side. They need to force a favorable fight, and that is not easy to do from Liquid's position. Damage already done, though. Dropping another rifle here would be a successful round. It's denied, but still, one rifle loss for Vitality.
Might have been.
Yeah, it's more costly than they would have liked, especially when walking into
good eco. Yeah, it could have been a little bit better, but
believe to be empty.
Have you got for MIBR G2?
Should get a little bit more interesting. A lot of matchups I feel are going to be so exciting. Like seeing Nats go back over to the Cypher for me is always.
I think MIBR played too much.
We know that this is where this guy is comfortable.
Second on smokes, but
on the other side.
Surely you just try to get him on those maps.
That's always going to be a match made in heaven.
Oh, here we go. The buy up for Team Liquid.
Wait, let me pick it up from
their line in the sand.
Damn, we don't have this anymore.
It was 4 players grouped up on B. A little bit of aggression. Let's see what Vitality do with this.
Maybe that's top box and then we'll be careful.
Wait, Bartosz, go drone mid now. And then we execute.
You can smoke. One sequence, one shot.
Here.
Fade.
Let's go. 3,
no one mid.
2,
she's not picking anymore. It's full clear.
I smoke over.
Well, they keep it for so long.
I'm going with you on that one, boys. I'm checking link.
Close right, Terka.
What is the whole round?
Guys, I will take gun. I will take gun. I will take gun.
The whole round, basically? That was nuts, bro. We got like, what was this, 45 seconds, 1 minute? That's a lot. I'm not sure I'd be cool with that. That's a lot. Dude, Pacific do like 10 seconds. Not even. Never over 10 seconds. It's cool though, it's really cool. Oh god, how have they...
Individual fights going their way, and now they can group. Wayne at least isolates the first.
Committed, and Flash is gonna own him. Flashes are so good. Pistol into a bonus.
A wonderful round to win. Coming off the back of losing a rifle, it's always going to be painful going into that bonus round, but they made it look relatively easy in the end.
And a little,
an opportunity at the start from Camo,
little trip where most likely they're going to clear close left and hide in the right corner is actually pretty sick. Not really seen that.
It's just absolutely frying. And also, obviously, we have context in the series. This is, of course, Vitality's.
Yeah, I mean, the coaches have been pretty annoyed. They gave him,
the map choice of Vitality, but
inferior, nice pistol. Maybe the execution could be better. Nice trap play on the eco. Nice little idea with the trip on the big buy round to try and get him a good start. He got nothing for it, so a bit devastating.
Why the coaching staff is so upset to see that previous round slip away the way it did, especially with so many individual fights in the mix. This defensive start doesn't get that strong start, it could definitely have those alarm bells ringing.
He's the gun that's the big talking point at the moment.
They find the pick towards B, not knowing it's a stack, of course. But by this point, you'd assume rotates would come through, or further contact would come into play. Nothing.
Probably more than the Odin if they're fixing all of these walls.
From their perspective, should be, with the early pick, with the utility, it should kind of drag players towards that B side. It should be easier to walk into A, but Liquid, they've stayed put.
They've seen Purpo. Doug already close.
Yeah, I mean, same B main. Same B main idea with the trap play. Pretty good. It's a great shot from Purpo.
To find a quick double. Obviously, they know that Nats was on the other side of the map, so chance for Vitality is that, okay, there's maybe one player here, maybe one player is still on the other side, so we're going to have an advantageous battle nonetheless, but
oh, dude, he's going to get a shot off.
Shot in front of him so far, he's given another chance, but again, Profek ends up being the safe pair of hands.
That's a nice angle from him.
It's a shame there. Nats, we swapped to his POV.
Cos, mate, he got a shot off.
Forth in the spawn, not sure if it was going to be commitment or a rotate.
You can't blame me.
And I see Purpo's got a reveal online. And a dog the whole time. One of those sent out would get the rotate from Nats and at least allow you to play together, but a dropped piece of utility that has left Nats in the clutch that, well, he doesn't look
maybe early timeout. What are they gonna do? They could go aggro, they got a fatal.
But this rifle round, really, where they have to fight back.
Yeah, it's decent damage, but it's done in a way that's hard to recreate. Like, you've got Camo basically just selling himself down the river and then some sheriff shots being connected by a stacked up site. Like, you're not going to do that in your actual rounds. Like, maybe every once in a while, if things are going really bad, you'll take that level of risk, but you'd need the info very early to have that many players there.
Yeah, rough start,
man. It would have been nice to capitalize, but the one saving grace is it's done some damage. Fact is, though, clearly,
Liquid may be counting down the days until Corrode is out, which we don't know, but it's happening.
Just in their last matchup versus Fnatic, they managed 0 rounds on the attack side.
I think Purpo should be on Duelist or Initiator. I think he should be on Initiator. I think they have their roles down now. It took a little bit of time with trying to work out what Camo and Purpo should play. But I think you just put... Camo's so good on Duelist.
It's very early
I think
doors.
Purpo plays better on Initiator, personally.
Where do you draw? Is it the next round? Is it that, like, what scoreline here is too strong of a start for Vitality?
I feel like at this point, I almost want to see the 6-6. Like, I think, realistically, coming in, I would have liked to see them win the half, but I feel from this point
onwards, been frying on everything. Yeah, I agree with that as well. But I think if I look at just what do I have more faith in Purpo playing?
This round. It's kind of just, it's a very scary territory, and also they have a very steamrolly comp.
They have 3 good duelist players, yeah.
A Yoro alongside the
what about a Harbor triple duelist comp?
Those ults just start grabbing you more and more rounds as you go along, because then you get Hunter's Fury in the mix, then you get Tour de Force, and in case you didn't already see, Chronicle already has an operator, doesn't need a free one.
Would probably work once.
Exactly. But he might have it fairly soon. For Team Liquid, this defense.
You gonna stand with me? Yeah, come join me, man. I'm having a great time up here.
With the op. Will he go a little bit further? Will he push the envelope and give Chronicle the opportunity? Who will make that mistake first? Because that is what it comes down to. But the shot doesn't land. And now Chronicle knows what waits on the other side.
3-pass and walk of middle.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's not going to take that refract.
I'm guessing
0% chance.
Did he assume he already put it down?
Yeah, you gotta.
I guess so.
Yeah, not the best
I
hook.
go back to where I die. Like that, I don't think that was the plan. Yeah, just push the button, reactionary, and that's a piece of utility gone. Dimensional drift sent in, and well, it is.
Well, they discover the retake site.
Now they walk into Nat's domain. This is the scarier site.
Yeah, kill trip's not as effective
Yeah,
as they
trip
were
to
in the
playoff
past.
though. Yeah, I mean, kill trips in theory just don't really work anymore.
Not quite close enough to hear that.
Good, there we go.
Steps in and breaks it. Now, for old
like the one-way though.
They don't
Strong
have their
one-way.
utility to contain anymore. Got to commit those players to the angles, and time is ticking away. Purpo as well. I mean, breaking back into the site with an Odin is tough when you've got 2 players in this connector space. That's a really rough fight to try and take. Good stun as they break out. That op was completely negated. Damage done onto Nats as well in the fall down. And Purpo still being watched. Great play from Vitality across the board. And even after a pick, Wayne's got a 1v3 with barely any time on his hands. And his best chance is to save that op.
Yeah, I love how they waited on everything ready for them to try and make their move. Like the Hunter's Fury pop, the second's like, okay, they're going to try and swarm us. They're going to try and flood their way back in together. And so what we're going to do, Hunter's Fury immediately, it just disrupts everything.
Lose go home? Yeah,
I almost wish
done.
we had a listen in for that moment, because I feel like Vitality put the pieces together because of the Cypher utility, because of a lack of engagement. They immediately acknowledge this is a heavy retake. And I'd love to see those pieces slotting into place, but we've seen the result of it.
A different Vitality showed up today. I think it's a great map pick, man. I can't express that enough.
And their economy's in the bin.
Liquid have like a 20% win rate on this map.
Sheriffs, and look, we've already seen the potential.
And that was the first time they played it.
It's nowhere for Vitality to lose focus, but they've got safety nets, especially that run it back early on. And Liquid are going to try to get it aggressive. Okay. That's how you need to play it. Take the one weapon you have and force a fight. Well done.
Yeah, this is
now let's see if they can
think
free him up.
Because
in theory he goes here, but this is very obvious, so do we send it over towards A? Dude, this is a good test if Yampi's calling. Also, he should kind of know how op players like to play.
To the other side of the map, his spot will no longer be known. A good start. But you do have to look at the weaponry, and there's still a lot of disadvantages,
sure.
even with
this
the
whole
you've
seen this whole defensive. This whole defensive is just let's have a trap play everywhere. We've had one for B main, one for A. This is one for middle now.
Ready in mid for this battle, and Durka gets away with 1 and 2 in the ult.
Why do I feel like a lot of shots missed here?
Did you see what Yummy just did?
Yeah. Caught a glimpse in the end. Mini Boo, last man op in hand. Sure, he'll get one more. And another. Oh, another. The right click gets him there in the end. This is now looking doable, but unfakes the extra layer to that 6-0 for Vitality.
Looks like Liquid, as in the coaches, kind of knew this was going to be a rough map, so they tried to just have loads of, don't want to say one and done setups, but trap play setups to help them out. Definitely see what the coaches are trying to cover up a bad map.
The fact that he gets 2 out of the ult.
Oh, I don't want to see this.
Pure panic. He also he full blinded Chronicle at the same time. That might be one of the weirdest ways I've ever seen anyone get a kill. I didn't even realize that Chronicle was just like, bro, I could have just killed him. Why?
That's the thing. Like, Liquid had the perfect set. They tried the same thing, not a panic one, but Camo having the flash lined up to bounce off the wall over the wall. Sorry.
Can that perma-ban be worse than this? Yeah.
The fact that Durka gets so much dismantled the trap that they had sprung.
They got less time than other teams because of Wayne coming in. Oh my god, what is going on?
Does Chronicle get away with that? Luckily the trade out is there still. Miniboo taking out Durka, and now Yumpy. Okay, advantage to Liquid. We could be seeing the beginnings of their first round win.
Here. Yeah, Miniboo has been putting in a shift over the last couple of rounds. Making rounds that looked
goes out to go over towards spawn. Purpo.
In a bit of an off angle, has managed to find himself one, but eventually traded out. Timing for Nats is good, but it's a little messy. The thing is, though, with Profex so low,
it must be so annoying to play against one.
First round.
Surely, yeah. I mean, the spray from Purpo was enough. He did so much damage to Profak, and now, yeah, I mean, down goes Unfake, leaving that 17 HP.
All right, on the board, 3 people surviving. Not too bad. I will say 1-9 loss bonus, so 2 of them won't be able to buy if they lose the next.
6-6 half you asked for, Tom. It's still possible.
Nice.
But this is going to have to be one hell of a performance.
He's got the hydrate thing as a sign.
There's just moments, even in the rounds where they're winning, where you just go like they put a Prowler through. It doesn't check that corner, but also they just completely unaware that someone could have just walked up mid.
Miniboo, yeah, he's
You're bailed out by the fact that Miniboo
honestly, if they're gonna win this map, it looks like he's gonna take over and just go super aggro.
Taking the right fight. He's not taking any risks other than the one round where he.
Where's my jersey? Do that. I'll put it on after. I woke up cold, man. I left the window open in Iceland. That is.
Unless he is.
Don't recommend it.
Pop off, which, you know, in their last game, where he played versus Big Bro, he did do that.
It's a decision? Yeah, I was hot at the time.
Yeah, no reason to believe there's a drop-off on the way. Vitality spread the net here.
It was logical at the time.
But then sent Chronicle to look for the duel. He is being shut down from here. Nothing else from Liquid needs to be played, really. They don't need to get aggressive in mid like they were thinking about. Even the jump spots can be put back. Miniboo sits here with an op, holds the angle for the rest of the round, and if he gets smoked off, if he gets denied the fight, all right, you've still got the advantage. If he doesn't, well, then there's an opportunity for this to get a whole lot worse for Vitality. They've decided to abandon mid. As we can see, that's a good call. But I saw the stars go down, and Miniboo's already adjusted.
Setup. Kama gets it killed, safe TP into the corner. Fade or info over towards A.
Camo in position. A cheeky off
TP, man.
getting out of here might
oh,
be
they just hit him once his TP had gone.
He could just escape that way, but he's happy to just tank all the util. Expecting the backup to do the work and maybe not wanting to expend it in a round
went for the fake
you already
TP.
have such a hefty advantage, 20 seconds. If Vitality are going to move, it has to be now, and I think this might just be a save.
You have to save. I mean, especially with that player in the corner, you've already used up your molly, you've already used up your shock darts. What are you going to do to get him out of there? And they didn't have anything. Even the Astra stun was put through.
He's scared that RQ will lose 3 in a row. So I didn't look at how they played, but what you guys are saying,
this might not be another 4K round.
Their playstyle should be very good against PaperX, so last time they played them, they pretty much had a good read, so PaperX would have to change how they play.
It feels like the pieces are put together because Camo
they just 1-3-1 all the time on defense and then just stack the site. Because PaperX does fast here together.
On a map that I think they said they'll be very comfortable going in. Maybe it's something that's been said, or it could just be the aspect of we want to make sure this is a dominant half. Let's not let them back in.
Well, I think that's it. They had the solution. They had the pieces to the puzzle.
I can guess with this one, if Vitality loses, they got an eco maybe?
Been able to pull it out of the bag with some really nice aggression from Miniboo that isn't being denied in the one before. And in this one, they were out-infoed. A player in a corner ends up being able to sit there for the entire round.
When was said on Joba's stream that PaperX want to play RQ.
Okay. They're always going to be more comfortable with playing those corners late. And so that's something that Vitality need to take a moment to sit back, because there's going to be more in the VCT
format is good.
Liquid.
I mean, the VCT format is fine. The only thing that needs to change, the only thing that needs to change is not essentially the format, just the scheduling. You know that day when we had like one best of 3, one best of 3? Just put one of the best of 3s on that day. Like, I'm not sure you should have more than that. I'm not sure you should have a best of 3 and then a best of 5 on one day. They should have just spread it out a little bit.
Oh, they were so close. Like, they had a great year, but they almost made it. Well, being a maybe team when you're on Vitality is not good.
It definitely is the best format for like the games we're getting. Like the only stomp in the best of 5 so far was the E1 one.
And I think for the coaches on the Vitality side, like,
and honestly, all the lower bracket games were pretty close.
Let's make sure this is a 10-2 half and not that 6-6.
Like, we definitely get the most interesting games instead of stage 1. Maybe the best against the worst, and you're just like, well, I'm here for a 2-0, and maybe they claw a map, but you know, realistically, they're not gonna win both.
At least a lead at the halftime. They only need one to secure that. Liquid, for me, my eyes are on Miniboo and how this op is going to be played. Again, that deep control.
No sound through the smoke?
But this time it will be Camo that's sent to find it in middle. Again,
that was a big
corner.
risk.
Get a lot of success. I mean,
they just think they're just going to group up with the Euro, I guess.
By doing the same
Put the TP out of there if they do go through middle.
Wisened up to this kind of play.
It's Vitality calling a timeout and then just expecting them to go aggro on the defense. Especially there's been a lot of trap plays, maybe a little concerned about that.
the Heretics, he was an absolute standout in that game. And
yeah, they got 50 seconds. They got to just make a call on this one. And it might just be your
or...
He's
woken up in the last round, but they will need quite a bit more.
Just send it, I guess, it looks like.
Gone.
Oh, I thought really important, but I might be wrong.
I think with the no sound, it's expected to be over towards there. Popo sees that actually just run to spawn.
I thought the information was there that this was a play towards A, but instead,
they didn't take that much space.
Herbo is forced back by that flash even. You can't hold that first angle, and it looks like Vitality have got a plan for free.
Yeah, he keeps going to this corner committed, and he keeps eating this flash.
So much impact from Darko, and Yumpy gets ahead of the ult. Camo's on site, but
oh,
so many players
imagine.
to deal with. Gorgeous work from Vitality.
Two crazy shots in a second.
I mean, he's got the confidence because of Saturate. It feels like he can own it, but he should definitely wait for his team now.
The lineup was just a little too much. And for Nats, it's another attempt at what looks like an impossible scenario. And
yeah, dude, this from Camo is a little desperate.
Straight back onto the board, and the half win already guaranteed.
Yeah, it was a really, really clean gameplay there. Now it's 7-2. What a strong lead.
He was so fast, he didn't even need that flash. Like, there was no way Purple could have reacted to that.
That was unreal. But and add to that, though, the fact that we've seen that now, what, 3 times?
beat Gentamates?
Catching players completely off
they look way better.
It's the problem with having a Phoenix, man. If
they're not really playing like Fnatic that much in terms of they're going a lot faster now. But then they can always fall back on the slower play style as well. This meta might actually really help them. I don't think it's a good meta for them. Obviously, it's like a bit of a more of a gambling meta where
what's the response from Team Liquid?
You can get rewarded for
the way he throws those flashes. They're always coming a millimeter.
I mean, just doing stuff decisively, I would say.
There's no way you can react.
Being able to speed up for them is good, man. They're kind of going back to what they used to do like really early on in the game. Like first 2 years, they would do a lot of set strats and stuff.
It's risky. It goes looking for info, and he has found it.
Yeah, this is
Looked like he even could have seen him for a second there. Maybe the jump wasn't as wide as it needed to be. Being a bit too cautious and then not cautious enough.
Also just good trigger control on the other side. Like if he shoots a bullet and it clips the wall, Minibu's gone.
Take the info, get out of there, all good, but instead take the shot. And, well,
is that up a final loser get double ban? No, it's one ban each.
Corner for Camo, and it seems this is the big idea. When I don't like that gate crash position, but we'll see if he even gets a chance to take it. Yeah, I mean, if they push up to that corner, you're already going to be visible from there.
Yeah, this is me, guys.
What were you thinking? Anyways, right, opening pick.
I mean, the timing's a little unlucky, but it's also just like, oh
25 seconds. That's the hope. This time, Nat's in the right place at the right time. He stopped the flashes, and that gives him a chance. Somehow, Durka managed to stay alive. I thought he was dead for sure with the spam, and he's also been caught by the edge of the pulse. It means he can't deny the plot. He can't deny anything. Chronicle,
yeah, man, this is really rough to watch.
Still seems to sniff out Nats.
Yeah, you can find him no matter where he goes. And Liquid, well, they've had enough of that.
Not to replay the TP. Is that
no, they're going to replay it.
No,
they're going to do it from multiple angles, probably.
Here's the thing, Tom. Here's the thing. If he didn't
Let's
know
go to the next map. Yeah, it is those
vibes. But he looked at it, he threw it, and then he knew it was there for 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Anyone on the team could have said, by the way, I probably wouldn't take. You could just walk back connector. It's
a win rate, man.
But hey, TP into that angle off of no contact and get exactly what you deserve.
The funny thing as well is, even if there had been no one there, they might have swung off that sound with you then having to run back across mid.
Yeah, not a great map for Liquid on this one.
I can put it down.
Not a great map for Liquid.
I guess we're just in the open. Right?
17%.
That's true. Actually,
I know it includes the old Liquid as well, but
you might end up behind them instead of right in front.
They still kept some of the core in terms of the.
This was a rough round. Like losing
2 players, 2 coaches.
Yeah, he just didn't see him on the jump.
That's a shame.
Or the second. That's rough.
Yeah, I mean that is rough.
Yeah, this is bad.
Wait, what's Liquid's permaban?
Yeah, I think around the.
Guys, give me ult, please, please. Guys, I need ult, please. I'm behind you.
He does have his ult. Yeah, he did get it. They obliged. And well, 8-2. Now it really is panic stations. This is a different look from the first pause of like, okay, we need to try and get like to 6-6.
One of the better Haven teams to watch.
The best they can come out with is 4, and that round was, with no doubt, the worst of the lot. Like that was somebody losing to a jiggle peak, okay, a little bit unlucky, someone TPing into the open, and then I feel like Nat's got a little bit unlucky not to kill Durka, but by that point the round was already in turmoil. And they are in a
Teams are getting good against the Yoru TP timing. Teams are getting good at Yoru, yeah, both ways. Playing against and using it at the moment. It's been so much better this year. Last year was.
You're also then looking at Vitality and going, okay, are you unable to get 4 or 5
Last year was
I think the
pretty
problem
rough
so far,
with
like,
it.
I really just need to see Liquid
But now I feel like teams are starting to get him on.
2v2 where Purpo decides to use none of his utility, which, in case you don't know Valorant very well, is utility for finding information, while they were in a 2v2 with no information. They needed information, and they could have gotten it, and they didn't. And I think that those sort of synergy issues amplify massively in the last round that we just saw. And again, I don't fault Miniboo for what he did. I can't stop faulting Camo for what he did. And at that point, yeah, a pause is the only solution. You gotta go back, get a little reset, a little breather for the boys as they fight for these final 2 rounds.
Brim's Molly be nerfed? Mate, what happened in your rank game for you to want this? Oh, trip to peek the corner? That's nice.
Remember, Camo found a big round from that very spot not that long ago.
Just in the corner. He's also got his stun available as well, so if one is spotted, he can then slow them on the way out. Information searched for. Well, Chronicle has to flee. The rest of the team were hot on his heels, but after seeing as much util, as much thrown out as they have, of course, they've now swapped back to the other side.
Yeah, of course they have, but the read is there from Liquid. They saw some presence, they saw the chamber going back as well, and unless this is a fake from Vitality, this is being read. Liquid have rotated now 3 players towards this A site. Durka's going to be sent through, but that could find the information. He's taking down the traps at least. Molly's already good.
Now we got to fight the one way, right?
And they know about the players towards the elbow, but it might be too late to go back now. So many bodies already on the floor. 3 players pushed in towards the site. A big battle brewing, and the whole squad here for the side of Liquid. A good reveal, and the shots land for Unfake too. Somehow we're back to a 2v2. Vitality, they seem to even have time to get that plant. I love that from Unfake. He baits them with a plant and waits for his teammate then to know that he's secure. Playing it together.
Not the same pause, man. The same pause as Soulcast.
Oh, does that get both? Yeah. I think it might have done. They've had to fall back. Flank still coming in. Oh. Fake's connected. Another.
Jesus, man. He's absolutely wrecked him. Standing.
Maybe the superstar youngster, but that was a superstar round.
No, that was huge from Unfake, and I think not just the shots that he hit to get them back into this, the decision
it just looks so uncomfy, man.
Try to get a player to step forward. This was discipline. He wasn't losing his cool, and what a round, because they did not look like they were getting out of this situation. Even in this 1v1, I was getting a little bit nervous, but he plays it perfectly every step of the way.
Yeah, well, that was him basically in a 1v2 to have a chance to plant the spike. And he's able to isolate both fights, win them both, and then kill Wayne, and then close the round. Like, Unfake just taking over, and well, it's a full push-up of 3 players early.
But if we're aggro over towards A like this, why do I not have a TP ready for the instant reaction? You just done it late.
The duelists have now just joined up back outside A. They avoided the initial
I'm seeing
push,
like a prep,
okay, well, if they
prep time thing.
Probably rotated.
Yeah, think about what they just saw last round. A bit of presence towards that B site, an immediate rotate coming out of Team Liquid. This time they see a bit of presence towards that A site. What do you assume is going to happen?
Honestly, probably down to their comps, I would say. They never felt like they had a good read in terms of what they wanted to use on this map. Every time I watched them last year, they changed their comp.
I mean, I don't blame Liquid for not having a stack anywhere, because what is going on from their perspective? They're seeing presence. It was a drone up mid too. They saw presence across the map. And what this has left them with is the Yoru with the quick rotate on B, ready to go to A.
They never really got comfy or found something that they liked on it.
This B side is under a lot of threat, but again, the thing that will help them, hopefully, is Nats' setup. This is a round that, and we talked about Liquid needing to win this half. They're fighting for 9-3, and that's the setup gone.
Oh,
yeah,
all right.
Another player in the back of the spawn as well. It leaves Camo with everything to do, and it has not been his day. No! Big guns.
Yeah, give me binds, man. Give me bind. Make it end.
They know where Purpo is. Double peek to
go.
I didn't expect him to come out with 2 there. It doesn't matter, though. In fact, it's meaningless. 10-2. An utterly dominant first half coming out from Vitality, and while Team Liquid have so much to fix.
Really do. Red Jack, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the gifted.
Your
Thank you for that.
A sense of victory, seized when mind, movement, and gear ignite as one. Now, step into your zone, designed to win.
This one, I think it's just
Come easy, but this double swing should be
it's
difficult.
a bad map that they tried to do a fast fix for. Good trap plays. Is this a limb? Yeah, whoever loses this is done.
Throttle in 2026. Right after the conclusion of VCT EMEA Kickoff and before the start of Masters Santiago, a brand new competition enters the arena, VALORANT EMEA Clash. With 3 VCT EMEA slots on the line for Masters Santiago, 6 of the remaining 9 teams will earn a chance to battle the best teams from the Challengers regions. VALORANT EMEA Clash features 2 interconnected double elimination brackets, Alpha and Omega. Each of these brackets will then crown its own champion.
Will I watch EMEA Clash now and go chill?
The top 4 teams from VCT
I like the idea.
Kickoff
It's
will
a
be
great
seeded
idea,
directly into the second
but it will
round of
essentially
these
just
brackets,
be
receiving a bye. And the remaining
teams
2
wanting.
VCT
It would be
teams will
VCT
join
teams
6
wanting to
Challengers
practice
teams
against
in a
tier
shared
2
pool.
teams on the
From
maps that
there,
maybe
a
they're not
fully
sure
randomized
about.
draw will
Especially the tier 2
determine
teams might end up
placement.
just
One rule
smashing them,
only.
and then
The
everyone
2
will go like,
VCT
"Why are
teams
these teams
cannot
in
land in the same
franchising?"
bracket.
When it would just be like a testing ground for them. But it's a cool thing for the tier 2 teams to be able to play.
The upper bracket of Alpha sends a team into the lower bracket of Omega, and vice versa. Every defeat reshapes the battlefield, forcing teams to clash across the 2 worlds as the tournament progresses. As the event unfolds, Alpha and Omega will continue to intertwine at every stage, keeping
Scrims
both
for
teams
premium? I
and
mean, yeah,
fans
essentially
on
that.
edge.
It'll probably work out pretty well for the tier 1 teams.
Tune in
Normally
February
they'll have
19th
like
to the 25th and support your
you do
favorite
days where
team
you want
as
to like
2 worlds
replicate
collide
a
for the
game
very
day,
first
and this is
time.
like a pretty good way of doing it. Right, so say like every Friday or every Thursday, that would be like your proper game day. You treat it like you would for this. You do like a best of 3 against the team, or like you do 3 maps practice against the team. And then you just try and replicate everything.
Swinging the axe in almost every round.
So it's not just like 1 map spam, you're just trying to get used to actually like how you would play on the day.
Maybe it's because their map picks up next. I think Corrode.
And then you have like good footage of your team, and
will very much decide whether it's too far gone.
learn a lot.
But even then, quite a journey back.
Well, yeah, not to put a dampener on the mood of the comeback, but this is both teams going into... well, no, sorry, this is Vitality going into their favored side and Liquid going into their less favored side. So, if anything, the writing is on the wall. This should be a quick one, but you never know with Liquid. They always like defying the odds. That is something we've always loved about any team with Nats in it. Now they look to enter straight in towards this B side. A couple of players holding the line, but Profek has been dealt with.
Yeah, as you said, Nat's always a player known for finding those results from behind.
But BS.
Yeah, behind playing the scoreline isn't normally what we mean. A chance here for Yampi to even numbers, but he's taken down right
just
after
weird for
Liquid.
Yampi to just be
Keeping these fights together.
out in the
That's
open
what
there,
we need
but
to see. Nats
I
is
guess he
tagged
needs,
up low, but his cam's covering their back. So much info.
They don't have number advantage.
In their hands, thanks to him. And Dirk has got players on either side. Here's the reload up top, goes for the fight, but the swing should be there any moment.
Oh, nice dodge.
It did come in from Wayne, but Camo had already landed.
Considering how prepped Liquid were on some of their trap plays, I would imagine the coaches have given them a pretty good bonus round, so I'm excited for the first buy round once they, well, if they clean up the ether.
The focus of their changes. Like, you bring in that double dive, you bring in the opportunity for Miniboo and Camo to play off of each other. And although Camo started incredibly slow, he has been getting his way back into the game. The rest will be about leaving space for Nats.
The winner of Clash go to Santiago. No, it's literally just a tournament for the teams to play while everyone's at Masters.
Caused a lot of problems, something he's a master
This may be
on that
prize pool,
cipher.
I would
So
hope.
there are positives of what this comp change can bring. There's just very little room for error now.
Well, a 4th almost assuredly to follow. Only 1 bandit invested into for Vitality, the rest on Classics. And well, I think they might have an idea where Dirk is after that molly goes down. Gonna avoid that corner completely. A spot the
Okay, well, Liquid are allowed 2 deaths on this one.
And no doubt they'll be wary of in their anti-eco. And somehow
it's funny, they actually copied their same setup.
Through someone as well.
Yeah, it's actually the same anti-eco that we saw in the first
okay, trade's at least instantaneous. That's what we needed, but we're on even numbers. And yeah, okay, Vitality winning this round doesn't look very likely.
Achilles? No, I haven't, dude. Am I doing that or not? I was going to watch it on Monday a lot of it.
Headhunter available for Chronicles, so that's at least one weapon that will be able
Everyone's
to
saying that
drop
RQ played so rough that you should only watch Abyss.
It's just whether they want to actually go for that level of damage. Oh, the second they cross in, it's the opportunity for Purple. You can see Profik is just trying to bait him into a heads-up fight. Okay.
It's a lot of damage, man.
Was a little bit too
yeah,
close.
I think they just buy.
Anyway.
Yeah, sure.
Even that's just like, man, fair play, hit some shots.
2 players there.
It's not a great sign when you need that comeback. You really want it to be convincing and not Camo.
Yeah, you need that money. They should just force this.
And then, yeah, I mean, the trade. I can't fault the trade. And the Headhunter is, well, it's a one-of-a-kind weapon, really, isn't it? 2 shots out of that, though, and that's a big blow dealt. Good pickup for Vitality. 10-4 scoreline. Liquid, they found the first 2,
yeah,
but here
what are they
is
doing?
the full buy of Vitality. And
yeah, it's the right choice, man. They got to buy in this.
I'm already seeing aggression
They got to snowball
being lined up. That smoke might have changed things.
Liquid are going for it. Like, look at the credits. Like, there's only going to be 2 players that are able to buy into the next round. They are not playing this as a bonus. They are playing it as a full buy. So if they lose this round, that genuinely might be game over. There might not be a proper buy for them for the rest of the map.
That's kind of crazy as well. The full buy, the full invest, and they end up with a stinger in the mix.
Scoreline, you kind of have to go for it.
I agree, yeah. You got to bet on yourself in this one. Now the attempt to drag rotations towards the B site. They've already gotten the Blaze out of Phoenix, and a bit of a reaction. But then everything freezes. Vitality should see soon that the hit isn't coming their way.
They go in for a double orb default now.
I think Unfake's keeping it for when the push comes in.
I like the idea of the default to have a trip.
I want to fire that through. It's actually the drone that's sent in. So now the
to
timer's ticking.
used to do on,
Very soon Vitality will realize nobody's here. They'll send the
it's actually the only good thing that Kickoff did in 2023, to be honest, was come up with the B trip on
and it looks like Liquid have pushed before the rotates come in. But if they're delayed, if they're slowed here, this push could fall flat completely. And they're being picked, they're being damaged. Nat's down to 40 already.
Yeah, Yumpy's done his job. And the rest of the team are already here. They're ready and waiting. Dark Flash, nice counter though. Just hitting every shot. He's given them a lifeline, giving them a chance, but needs someone to step up alongside.
Damn, Perfect's just spinning around, headshotting people. Yeah, that's pretty much the map done.
Takes the round, and more importantly, maybe the map. That is economy in the bin, and what we will see as a buy is going to be rough for Liquid.
Yeah, a huge round. And again, I think so much of that comes down to the timing. It just took Liquid that little bit too long. When they come to push into the site, you've still got that utility to deal with. But most importantly, you've got the rotates coming through from that B site. When they put boots on the ground, when they tried to plant the spike, there are 4 players,
losing some fights. Yeah, I mean, it's just
coming through that barrier and spawn, breaking through that choke point.
As well.
And Liquid weren't ready for that. Good read by Vitality. The drone from Unfake really turning the tide in their favor towards that B site.
Camo's almost dead.
Yeah, Camo's not having a good time to start this one, and look at the equipment that they bring in.
Oh, Jesus.
Well,
I felt like he was aiming at the body and got a headshot.
3 bursts, 1 to the body, 1 to the leg, 1 to the head.
Control.
Nice
okay, it's been given up now. They have the advantage, but Chronicle was pushed all the way up on A. That's a decent trade back, though. And in fact,
they were pretty far away that they might not actually think that he's dashed there.
Maybe realize.
Instant reaction is push over towards B, find the trip though.
Again, you have this 1-2 punch. That's waiting on the other side, but
yeah, they're distracting a lot. Dude, they got no idea Miniboo's here.
From Miniboo. There's the main talking point. They've spotted out Wayne, but they still don't know where that snake in the grass is. And now he looks to strike, stunned up his Durka, and he does win both.
Very, very nice.
From Miniboo.
I mean, money's in the bin.
A round that looked almost done from the beginning.
Even for the recovery of this series here for Liquid, because it is so far gone.
It's
but
so worth Miniboo putting all into this round.
One that they take a 3 versus 2. Time now on their side.
Yeah. Look at the positions as well.
Yeah, this is it. You have to pick them all off And that relies on him giving
Veronica,
fights,
thanks so much for the
which
tier 1.
Camo
Appreciate
just
the
did,
29.
but he wins it.
Thank you,
And
thank
now
you.
Chronicle should have an impossible task. He gets in and taps the first. The problem, someone has to peek. There's no longer someone up in heaven to confirm that he's not defusing, but Chronicle misses the window. Doesn't catch the kill. They know it's not half, and off time alone, this one should be sorted.
All right.
Another for Liquid, a 6-round gap though to make
Yeah,
up.
a bit of belief.
Yeah, both duelists in this round having high impact. I think especially Miniboo being able to take that space, go in behind and clear out both players on the A side. It's an oversight from Vitality of how far and how much space have been taken away from them. And just smart in the way he took the duel, like gives himself an advantage in both cases. And then Camo is there to close the round. Puts them up to 5. And more importantly, after killing 4 off in the last round, it sets Vitality on a path where they don't have any finances. Now, what they are going to do is potentially try and get the Tour de Force in play for Chronicle, but it leaves the A side barren.
Someone on Liquid might be able to hunt the ecos on this. It probably should be Wayne.
Or Hunter's Fury available for Vitality. And probably both available.
Hit through the Prime, appreciate the 2 months, man. Thank you.
And especially when you look at Liquid right now, what are you worried about giving them? The Cypher or an Omen ult? No. You take the orbs here, I think. Well, certainly on the 2 players that want them. And Profec, why not?
It's a good chance for Liquid to really make some bank. That's been the issue even with this half so far, is that they've been taking a lot of casualties. They got the boost from the last round, winning with weaker weapons. And now they have a chance to at least keep it somewhat clean. But
does Wayne get here in time is like the only thing.
Well. That's got to be the fastest 3K ever.
Okay. I mean, they got pretty much all their ults. Wayne's 2 away. Yeah, Nuts will take this. Big buy rounds, and we got, was this 7 ults? 8 ults, maybe? I feel like a lot of teams don't use the Outlaw at the moment. In EU, yeah, it's not as abused as the other regions. It's kind of team dependent, to be honest. Because you got BBL, and BBL and Gentlemate are the best example, I would say.
It's all about when you use them.
It is a little weird on Liquid at the moment. They're like designated outlaw players and that's, and a lot of the time it doesn't make sense with when you have a Yoru here. So you don't want him to go hunting, die, and lose trips or whatever. Dude, this ult, man. They got lucky. This ult could have got so many more.
They stand by, ready to take every battle, and Liquid will be.
Yeah, I like this from Vitality though. They're looking at the amount of ults, and they just go, let's do something aggro before they exec on us, and they kind of exec on them. Just use a straight up combo. Your ult into
12 to 6.
Overall, it was very nice.
6 opportunities for Vitality to close their map.
Yeah, that was a masterclass of how to use
ultimates. Slug Jazzy as well, I saw that.
Immediate use of the dimension.
Sonya again.
Gets them info, Hunter's Fury, gets them an opening pick, gives space for Chronicle to push up and lock them in. It was the one play that if Liquid made, it was an automatic win. And I don't mind that reaction.
Sonya? I think so.
The immediate try to, okay, we can't go back, we have to go
I
forward, we have to
match.
try and fight. I don't think Liquid do bad in that scenario, but you walk
okay,
into the trap.
6 goes at
there
it.
was no way out.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's great calling. Like, pre-barrier call from Vitality, Yamping is so good here.
Button and they did. 6 chances to close it out. Liquid having to fight back. Already the Nightfall's put through, and it's caught one at least, sending them back, but Durka activates the ult. He's being dealt with at least to start. Profec, though, finds a valuable pick. That's the man advantage, and Miniboo has to hunt him down. But up in heaven, Profec's already repositioned, and he's waiting for that retake coming through from mid. The presence here from Liquid towards spawn completely denied any impact. That flash was huge,
they're up against Astro.
And those 3 players on backside looking to brawl. Miniboo leading the charge. Camo by his side for 2. And the round seems to be tidied up as a result. But Profec still breathing up top will buy them a chance, an opportunity if he can find the shot amongst the chaos. But look how patient they're being, hiding behind cover, not giving him a shot, and then as he jumps out of heaven, he finds himself in hell.
Not bad.
Very nicely done.
Yeah, again, I think solid. Just overall team
does feel like we're delaying the inevitable though with what's been going on.
Yeah, I think obviously the start wasn't fantastic.
Didn't want to be the one to say it,
but
but
then just the response, like to both get aggressive together.
like the elephant in the room.
Do
you think a team could take a chance on Faken's performance? Maybe if he's IGLing. Yeah, he's an IGL in theory.
Just have good synergy. Like they seem to work off each other very well. One takes the first fight, the next is on the swing while the other person's trying to react. Like that's nice to see for a team that is only been together for weeks. In fact, if you include Wayne, has literally not even been since the beginning of this tournament.
Well, I like the idea that they go 3 players towards the spawn to hunt down Profek, and then they go, okay, we're not going to catch him. Let's cancel this. Let's find a plan B, and they go back and take that fight and con together. That's exactly what they needed to do.
Nice run from Vitality.
Goes, I'll keep the spawn control.
Push over towards B.
The round falls apart. They played together.
Strong info.
From the same him sheet. That's what you
All
need.
pass and stack as soon as they kind of get contact. Yorick can take the TP as well.
A single slip of Profek. He's just revealed himself. That's going to be him done, surely, and there it is. A big put down.
Mini boot.
Oh.
You can see the Liquid squad are starting to heat up a little.
Yeah, I mean, this would force them down to an eco.
It almost has to be made from Vitality to just
it's a good call to save.
Your economy is on the line, the weapons are...
Dude, they're winning when there's 3 pass and stacked over towards the site.
Pad the gap and have those cheesy rounds. And I will say
what's your prediction for Gentlemate Fnatic?
Didn't start out on this attack side because
I think I might have to start back in Fnatic
just to get
soon.
The ball rolling for them because if this ended 13-4, it's not about the score.
They're just improving pretty fast. When I see Alpha on Duelist, it all kind of makes sense.
I would not have very much confidence in the recovery of Liquid, but now we've started to see them play the game. Instead of winning a round here or there, they're playing as a team. That was missing in the first half, and I'm glad they've at least gotten to use this half as a bit of
I mean, it's going to be BBL Fnatic Vitality. I think it's going to be BBL Fnatic mates with what I'm watching.
That seems much more palatable than what they were faced with just moments ago.
Yeah, same as before though. I think it was 6-2 the last pause, almost the exact same moment, 4 rounds the difference, and Vitality have decided to take themselves a pause, not wanting to let this map slip away from them. And it's understandable. This is elimination on the line. This is a matchup that, well, when you talk about these two teams, it does actually go fairly heavily in Vitality's favor, which is when you consider this Liquid squad has always been the one to make it to the events. You'd maybe expect it to be the other way aroround, but no. It is 3 in a row, obviously over a few years
should be a banger.
Oh, for sure. One of them including this year, but with Liquid, you never know. I think you can look at the odds, you can look at the rounds, you can look at the numbers that sit against them and go, there's something about Liquid in a lower bracket when they need to win 5 games in a row that I have a much higher belief they'll do it than anyone else.
Yeah, this Liquid, like Nats.
Jarzelia, thanks so much for the Prime. Appreciate the 3 months.
It's very interesting to see him growing.
Even the old Liquid would like scream 1 LCQ each
That's
time.
true, yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's
you're
just
right,
Liquid. They go like, we suck at the beginning, and now we're good, and no one knows what
I'm sorry, now I'll be able to play stage 1.
It's weird. Carried over. Well, 4 rounds left to play for. Vitality only needing 1.
Dude, there was no need for this.
With 4, let's do the math. There's 4 orbs needed for Durka. If he gets 1 kill, he'll have his ult by the time he gets to the end. Like, having a Phoenix on this map, it's so much fun to play. Because you get these sort of 6th men online for so many of your rounds. And when you've got an extra Durka, that really does just correlate with round wins. Maps under your belt.
3.
Well, 1:30 on the clock, and I'm curious to see Liquid after that pause from Vitality. You will often expect aggression. You'll sit back, you'll wait. And that's kind of what they're doing towards B and mid.
What went wrong with MRBL last night?
Just to get the orb. I mean, you have to have some control early on.
Koala was kind of playing insane. Do you want the actual honest truth? So far, they play double duelist on not enough maps, and the one map that they lost, the only map that they lost playing it so far, they lost double pistol.
Let's not allow him to get the ult. Let's claim all the orbs. Because even if it's
so
like, okay,
it's a mix of every time they play solo duelist, they look pretty poor.
But at least he's not getting something for free.
And then when they play double duelist, they've won every map apart from Split, which they needed to win, and then had bad starts both halves.
Orb's still not taken, and the decoy is going to be put down. We saw that a little while ago.
Sometimes it's as simple as that in VALORANT.
Steps to drag the rotates to the A site, but in fact, decoy sent through as numbers are shifting to this side of the map. I think it will be a late A hit, but that, well, it looked like for a moment it would almost pull Profect to rotate back over, especially with pistols, but the gamble's being called from Vitality. They take B, they push up, and now the info's there. The road, Tom,
Durka, one more to delay.
Before, and somehow in this round they're late again. 15 seconds,
doesn't really have anything to help.
Will be here.
Durka in position, gonna try and give himself a pocket of space. They dive
Oh, the wall's nice. Oh, the wall's really nice, man.
They're running out of time. Liquid have to go now.
Dude, he got it taken at the end. Okay. I mean, it was pretty much what we thought would happen on this map. It was a good, wall though.
And it was kind of dominant in the end.